I tell you, that's what really got me deep into metaphysical studies. You got your polarities right there. To NPR one time, they had a professor from UT.
Good old Hal Putoff lives just down the street from me. Well, his office is down the street from me. He's a pioneer from Stanford Research Institute in the 70s, where they enlisted the help of psychic Uri Geller and his remote viewing spoon bending project. And then they hired Ingo Swann, and he came on there. So what I do is I teach remote viewing classes. And if you're interested in learning how to do remote viewing, I would be the best resource for that. I should tell people how else they can find me and what else is coming up. Also, if you're interested in signing up for our spoon bending event, it's time. It's that time of the year. I get response requests for this all the time. People are going to be wanting to sign up for this one. This is going to be a live event on Facebook, on Zoom. Ooh, very nice. We're going to do another spoon bending event for you on April Fool's Day. So don't be a fool and miss it. You're going to be a fool and join us and bend some spoons and forks. That'll be a good one. Look for the event link on Eventbrite. And Daniel's going to post that on his website, www.ultimaterealitysurfing.com. Please like, subscribe, and share my video too. It really means a lot to me. It helps me to see a thumbs up. And if you like what you're seeing, leave a comment below. And if you think we're crazy, leave a comment below. We'd like to see it.
What we'll reply back to is something positive, because we're here to help everyone.
Well, Daniel will reply with something positive. Me, I'm not going to make that guarantee. I'll respond. Might not be positive, though, so watch yourself. Hey, so today, Daniel, I want to talk about the death of the ego and why it's important to let go of yours in order to grow and be a happier person, well-rounded, well-balanced person.
I love that. This is going to be a great conversation, because I could be the devil's advocate on this, because I don't think we should kill it.
What happens is the ego represents a lot of jealousy. It represents judgment upon others. And it creates a negative vibe when we really focus and live inside of our ego. And that frequency weighs us down, and it allows us to not elevate ourselves and raise our consciousness, because we're always trapped in this loop of other people's dogma, other people's ideas. Why do you think it's a good idea to hold on to that?
Well, it's not that the idea is to hold on to it. The ego is always just trying to protect us. So, it's there from the beginning. It's part of the survival mode. And what you're talking about is shifting into thrival mode. If we're in thrival mode, then we're not controlled by this negative ego. But I'll explain later. We don't want to kill it.
No, you do want to kill your ego, because the benefit is you're no longer overridden, and you no longer have this control mechanism, which is keeping you down. In fact, the ego itself allows negative energy to come into your aura. It allows negative energy to come into the seat of your soul. And we were born and created with that millions of years ago. But as a society now, the only thing that the ego feeds and the only thing that the ego gets driven by is that need to be loved, that need to be liked, that need to be shined upon. And that's where everybody's gravitating towards, with even creating their own, I need to get this many likes. I need to get that many screen grabs. I need to get this many shots at me. That's all being fueled by the ego's desire to be bigger and stronger.
Yeah, and it's trying to keep you safe, thinking that all those things is what's going to keep you safe.
It keeps me safe in a way that, how?
Well, the whole concept of the ego, like the typical ego that maybe I grew up in with religion, or if you're in school, the girl will say, oh, look at him, he's got all that ego and stuff, but that's not the ego that we're talking about when it comes to maybe metaphysical teachings. But even Carl Jung, that pretty much is the father of speaking about the ego and talking about it. Even what he was teaching is pretty much what the metaphysical teachings are, which is the ego is trying to keep us safe. That's the reason why when you're trying to manifest something, it's very difficult, because the ego has all this negativity about, well, that's not going to work. If you go do that, then you're going to fall and hurt yourself. We got to keep you safe over here. And so it prevents us from expanding or doing something beyond what our present programming is. And it's really scary, and it's because of the ego.
Well, if the ego is designed to protect us from the dangers of don't get eaten by a bear, then the majority of us don't live where bears live. I mean, 90% of people don't live where bears live. So we don't have to have that survival mechanism within us anymore. Now we can build a
Oh,
fence. Now I can create
right.
a electric guidance system to get rid of bears and, give them a little shot if they try and get into my compound. Not that I have a compound. Please don't try and find my compound. You won't find it on any map.
Yeah, and the truth is no, we can, if we could just start shifting our minds. But what you're saying, and I am being a devil's advocate, meaning that in a sense, we don't have to kill it. In a sense, though, in the process of elevating our energies, if we can elevate the negative energies, because ego is down here where you have fear, survival, worry, uh, regret. That's all. The ego energies are all down there. If we can rise our frequencies up super high, what's happening is that we're using the same energy. It's the same energy line. So what's the opposite of fear is bravery. So, but it's hard to sit there and say, I'm brave, I'm brave, I'm brave when you're feeling all this fear. But if you, as you grow and you raise your energy up, then it's the same energy down here, but up here it feels so much better because you do feel brave, you feel confident, you feel these other corresponding energies that came up. So in a sense, you did kill the ego in that aspect. So I'll give you that. But
When
what
you
I'm
asked
saying is,
me, when you asked me what the opposite of fear is, I thought kill, kill.
no,
It's not. I have a different compass than you
no.
do that I'm using down here.
Well, kill is a lower vibration than resurrect.
It's the same thing.
Resurrect is godly, then kill is, but that's the thing, is that we got to raise our vibration up. And so what I'm saying is that we don't kill it, we're transmuting the energies of the ego into consciousness, or our consciousness. When you wake up, then you can actually transmute that energy, because it's the same energy. So you can never truly get rid of your ego. It's necessary, but you're in control, meaning that you transmute it. What you're killing off is the things that the ego has destroyed in your life, or that you're killing off, that you're taking control of it. But I mean, it's okay to call it kill off of your ego, but it's better to integrate it into your system, because you can't get rid of it. It's a part of you.
Well, you can get rid of it and you can remove it and you can eradicate it from your life. You don't want that festering boil of the ego to override your life and to make you nauseous and sick and create low vibration. And the way to do that is to get rid of it. So recognize when you're living in an ego mentality. Stop using the word I in your everyday life. When you find yourself using I, shift your balance, use a different word, because I is serving the ego. Identify stillness around you and just try to, in moments, walk in nature and identify what other animals are feeling, what other biologicals are feeling, other trees are feeling around you. And to do that, feel with them, emote with them, experience their emotion, and don't experience the emotion that you're feeling, but experience the emotion that other animals around you are feeling. And that will remove you from the self-serving ego I mentality by being still in nature and cultivating this sense of wonder around you.
I love it. I love you, Ronan.
How do you like to feed your ego, Daniel?
I use the ego is just, for me, is just a mechanism, so it's not like there's a lot of other teachers that talk about selfishness as a good thing, right? So, but it depends on how you're doing it. If you're selfish and you're taking away from someone else's reality, then that's that ego that we're taught from childhood up. That's a different type of ego than this mechanism that I'm talking about. This mechanism that the ego can help you to provide clarity on what you like and dislike. So, but this is like this little robot in your subconscious mind, this ego. I don't mean about the egotistical person. We don't like that. No one wants to be around an egotistical person. However, if you get really good at law of attraction, then people may think you're that person because you're like, you're so selfish. It's like, well, I'm not.
You've crystallized my next point eloquently. The ego is like that artificial intelligence or that robot that exists within you that's playing a script and playing a role. What it does is it helps to identify what other people have and then what you might need to have in order to make your life more whole. So it creates a script that's running within you, which is negative and it's deleterious because you don't need what someone else has. You don't need to desire that because it's just going to create lower vibration for you. The act of wanting to have something somebody else has doesn't bring it closer to you. It sets up this I want situation. You noticed I used I twice. Well, there are two negative scripts that I just identified that the ego is trying to create and fulfill within you. So it's creating this lack mentality. It's creating this I deserve, I need, I want mentality within you, which is going to serve its own negative kind of demonic forces to then seat within you and grow within you and fester within you, almost like a cancer. The ego is almost like a cancer that's growing within you that you can't get rid of unless you identify all the steps to removing it so that it never overrides, it never runs a programming script, it never runs your life again, he said angrily.
Yes. And I agree with you 100%. And then I also totally disagree with you, but it's all the way we look at it, because there's certain, you can't kill off a certain part of you. It's built into your system, but you can transmute the energies of it and use it only, like you look at a faucet, you're at the hotel, you turn your faucet on, you turn your faucet off. Well, why not just leave it on the whole time? You have that energy flowing. You have the energy flowing through the faucet, and then one side is cold, one side's hot. So you got your polarities right there. But the reason why is because we only use it when it's necessary, and then even when we use it, we don't do it 100% hot or 100% cold. Well, most people do the cold.
You do make a great point though. It's free water, so I should just leave the faucet on whenever I go to the hotel. We recommend everyone watching next time you go to a hotel. Just leave the water on. It's white noise. It's free white noise, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's your own waterfall. Right. You don't need to bring a white noise machine. You don't need to watch the television. You've got water running in the bathroom. So you might wake up and want to go to the bathroom, but at least it's free white noise.
And if you look at it this way, when you're upset, you're secreting the cortisol and you're secreting adrenaline, when you're very upset. Now, if you look at an animal in nature that is really good at turning that faucet on when necessary and turn it off. So when you have adrenaline, you have super speed, you have super strength, reaction time. You're not thinking very clearly though, but your body just automates. So when a deer is getting ready to be pounced upon by a cougar, tiger, something, I don't know, whatever, some cat is going to grab it and eat it. Well, the deer was just eating some grass, living in thrival mode. I love life. Check it out. I'm eating my grass. This is beautiful blue sky. Everything's great. And then all of a sudden it sees that cat out of the corner of its eye. Boom, instantly adrenaline hits its bloodstream. He's gone, or she's gone. It could be a doe. And then she gets away. And then within a few minutes after getting away and out of danger, changes the faucet off, turns that faucet off, goes back to thrival mode.
Welcome to the saddest podcast ever, where we talk about National Geographic ideology. Well, my argument is that the deer and all the animals in the forest, they don't possess an ego. They weren't designed with an ego. They only have a fight or flight mechanism. And the fight or flight mechanism that we have doesn't need to be. But
they have more though. They have the thrival. They also have the thrival mode, because when they're out grazing and eating, they're just yum 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 yum. This is nice. I'm feeling happy. It's good to be alive. And then when the other the flight or flight response comes on,
dun, dun,
it's
dun,
only
dun,
necessary.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's only necessary, but they can shut it off instantly. Humans, we just live every day with it. We have the whole full faucet on. Yeah, you feel like you're getting ready. Someone's going to get you. The demons are getting me. The aliens are going to get me. This political party is going to get me. They're going to take.
Well, that might not be altogether not true. Depending on your cultural beliefs, but that's a topic for another story on another channel and another mechanism on another medium that we'll have to talk about later. Please join us on Odyssey and other platforms there that we haven't created to find out what we think about that. Well, my point being that the animals don't live within their ego because it's designed for humans, and it's designed as a backdoor for other entities, other disciplines, other negative forces, demonic forces, demonic energy, black energy, dark energy, to infiltrate you and to run you and to look at sapping the energy that you have within you. And when you turn that off, let's say that we can turn the ego off. We turn it off by not living in the I state, not being distracted, not coveting what other people have, and just being still and discussing emotions with other animals, other biologicals around you. And you're going to have a lot more pleasantries surrounding you when you shut yourself off to that negativity that the ego feeds.
I was just going to ask you, so you're saying that animals don't have ego?
No. So Daniel asked about my little puppy. Let's see if I could find a background image there for you guys to see Daisy. There's my sweet golden doodle right behind me. She's always here, always hanging out, always happy. She does need a haircut, so very good puppy. But I'm not happy with the new time zone shift. So I apologize if we're off. It's going to take me a month to get back on the regular schedule. So I have
you should be happy. You're not a
jet
farmer.
lag. What?
You shouldn't be happy. You're not a farmer.
I do farm a lot. I've got a black 40 to go and plow, actually. So I got to get to the plowing of the back 40. And if you want to find me, you can go to @realityforecast, which is where you're watching on YouTube, or you can go to www.realityforecast.com. Instantly, if you're interested in a free reading or a consultation, I call them, reach out to me. I'm offering free 15-minute consultations and a deep discount on 1-hour readings. You can reach me there, send me an email, or go to the website. And if you want to learn more about Daniel, you can go to www.what, Daniel?
ultimaterealitysurfing.com. Or you can find me on most social networks at ultimaterealitysurfing.com.
Everybody, thanks for joining us. We will see you on the flip side.
See y'all.
Love you very much. Have a great week, everybody.
So you got your polarities right there.